Everything begins with the imagination. There is no outside cause. There is no external power arranging circumstances on your behalf. All things exist in your consciousness. And it is within this sacred chamber of awareness that the drama of life unfolds. If you desire to manifest instantly, you must understand the simple, profound truth that imagination creates reality. The world you see is only the outpicturing of what you have entertained in consciousness. Nothing more, nothing less. Now let us begin with the first step, which is to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are causing it by entering the state where it already has happened. Do not be fooled by appearances, for appearances are but shadows cast by your inner conversations and imaginal acts. When I say assume, I do not mean to pretend in a superficial manner. I mean to inwardly accept with full conviction that your desire is now your reality. This is not a matter of effort, but of stillness, a quiet decision made in the depths of your being that you are what you long to be. To do this, you must quiet the outer man. Turn away from the world of facts and enter the world of truth. The outer senses will argue. They will present evidence to the contrary. They will show you the lack, the delay, the absence. But you are not interested in what is. You are only interested in what you choose to be. This choice is made not with words, but with feeling. Feeling is the secret. When you feel something deeply, you give it life. You clothe it in flesh. You draw it out of the invisible into the visible. Go into a quiet place. Relax your body. Breathe deeply. Then take a scene, a short, simple scene that implies your desire has been fulfilled. If you wish to be rich, imagine yourself feeling the texture of a fine suit, or seeing the balance of your bank account filled with abundance. If you wish for love, feel the warmth of your partner's hand in yours. Let this scene be vivid. Let it be real to you. And most importantly, let it feel natural. Now here is where most falter. They imagine the scene and immediately return to their senses, searching for signs, wondering if it worked, doubting the process. That is not manifestation. That is disbelief. When the seed is planted, you do not dig it up to see if it is growing. You assume the growth. You trust the process. Likewise, once the imaginal act is done, you must rest in the knowledge that it is done. There is no striving, no pushing, no doubting. You have seen it. You have felt it. It is done. Imagination and faith are the only tools you will ever need. Faith is loyalty to the unseen reality. It is standing still while the winds of circumstance blow around you, confident that your inner act is the only cause. You may not know how it will unfold, nor should you care. The how is not your concern. You are not to meddle with the bridge of incidents. That is the job of the law. Your only task is to remain faithful to the end. Live as though it is already so. Walk, talk, and breathe from the end. As you walk through the day, refuse to be influenced by what contradicts your vision. You are not here to react to the world. You are here to create it. So if someone says something that seems to deny your desire, you need not argue or defend. Simply return inward and affirm what you know to be true. The outer world is but an echo. It cannot resist your persistent inner assumption. It must by law conform to the pattern you have accepted. When I speak of instant manifestation, I do not mean that the physical form appears in the blink of an eye, although that too is possible. I mean that the moment you accept something in imagination, it is already done. Creation is finished. The instant you enter the state, the thing is yours. Time is only the medium through which it is expressed. But in consciousness, the manifestation is instant. And if you remain faithful, it must outpicture itself. There is a rhythm to this law. It is like planting a seed. You must water it daily with attention and faith. But the watering is not laborious, it is joyful. You wake up and remember who you are. You remember what you have already claimed. You do not ask, where is it? For that implies it is absent. You say, thank you, for that implies it is already yours. Gratitude is the language of fulfillment. It is the tone of completion. Now beware of inner arguments. Beware of conversations in your mind that deny what you have accepted. They may be subtle. You may hear yourself saying, but what if it doesn't happen? Or I hope it works. These are weeds in your garden. They must be uprooted. Speak only from the end. Think only from the end. Feel only from the end. Do not entertain anything that contradicts your desired state. This is the discipline of the soul, and you will find that the world begins to move. Events will rearrange themselves. People will come into your life. Opportunities will arise. But all of this is secondary. The real movement happened within you. The outer world is merely catching up to the inner decision. You will laugh one day, looking back, realizing that the thing you thought would take years came to pass effortlessly, because you dared to believe in the invisible. There is no power outside of your imagination. All things were made by it, and without it was not anything made that was made. You are the operant power. You are not a victim of fate. You are not subject to chance. You are the creator, clothed in human form, dreaming dreams into reality. And the method of creation is always the same. Assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled and persist in that assumption. Do not confuse this with daydreaming or idle fantasy. I am speaking of living from the state, not merely thinking of it. Thinking of a thing implies separation. Thinking from it implies union. When you think from wealth, you feel secure. When you think from love, you feel cherished. When you think from health, you feel vibrant. These feelings are not caused by the outer world, they are the cause of the outer world. So how do you remain in the state once you've assumed it? You return to it whenever you slip. You make it your dwelling place. Just as one returns home at the end of the day, you return to the state of your desire. If doubt arises, you do not panic. You simply shift again. You imagine the scene once more. You feel it once more. You speak as though it were already true. And gradually the state becomes stable. It becomes natural. It becomes your home. And that is the key, naturalness. Manifestation is not forced. It is allowed. It comes easily when you no longer argue with it. The moment you feel that having your desire is natural, it must appear. So do not strain. Do not beg. Do not chase. Simply be. Be the one you desire to be. Be it now, not tomorrow. Let the feeling soak into every corner of your being. Wear it like a second skin. Let me remind you again. Everything begins in imagination. You are always imagining, whether consciously or unconsciously. The world you experience is your imagination pushed out. So become aware of what you are imagining. Guard your thoughts. Watch your reactions. These are clues to your inner state. And if the state is not aligned with your desire, you must change it. Not by fighting the old, but by assuming the new. Do not look to others for validation. They cannot see what you see. They cannot feel what you feel. But in time they will witness the evidence. And when they do, they will call it luck, coincidence, or destiny. But you will know it was imagination all along. You will know that you stepped into a new state, and the world rearranged itself accordingly. Now is the appointed time, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, you can claim anything you desire in this moment. The door is always open. The invitation is always present. The only question is, will you walk through it? Will you dare to believe that your imagination is God? Will you accept the responsibility and the freedom that comes with that knowing? Manifestation is not a skill. It is your nature. It is what you do with every thought, every feeling, every assumption. You are always creating. The only question is, are you creating consciously or unconsciously? To manifest instantly is to awaken to this truth and use it deliberately. Imagine lovingly, feel deeply, persist faithfully, and do not be concerned with appearances. They are but shadows. The light is within you, and as you hold your desire in consciousness, not as a hope, but as a present fact, the world must reflect it. You need no special tools, no rituals, no lengthy affirmations. All you need is a vision and the courage to claim it as already yours. You do not wait for the world to change. You change within, and the world, being a faithful servant, must follow your lead. So I say to you now, whatever you desire, it is already yours, not in some distant future, but here, now, in this moment of awareness. Accept it, feel it, live from it, and let the world catch up to the masterpiece you have painted within. Remember, you are not becoming, you already are. Manifestation is the unveiling of what you have always been. Remain in the state, dwell in it. Let it be the only reality you recognize. When you wake up in the morning, before you even open your eyes, return to your assumption. Feel it again. Touch it with your mind. Let it shape the mood of your day. Do not let the senses pull you away from what you know to be true. If you have imagined correctly, then it is so. The outer world will echo the inner world when the inner world becomes stable, persistent and dominant. You see, consciousness is the only reality. Everything else is a projection. The house, the job, the partner, the wealth, these are all conditions that rise and fall in the ocean of consciousness. If you want to change your life, you do not chase conditions. You rise in consciousness. You step into the version of yourself where the desire is already realized. That version of you already exists. In the eternal present, all states are real. All possibilities are now. You are not creating something from nothing. You are selecting it from the infinite storehouse of being. So how do you select? With feeling, with belief, with inner vision. If you can imagine it and feel the thrill of it being real, then you have chosen it. The law will take care of the rest. Do not force the unfolding. Do not measure the distance. Walk in faith. Walk in the assumption that you are what you desire to be, and trust the law of consciousness to bring it forth. Let me remind you again. Imagination is not just a tool. It is the creative power itself. When you imagine something and accept it as real, you have performed a creative act. The world must respond. It has no choice. It is not a matter of whether it will come but when. And that when depends entirely on your inner conviction. Are you stable in your assumption? Or are you shifting from state to state? Doubting, hoping, fearing, and therefore delaying your own manifestation. There is no punishment in this law, only expression. You are not judged. You are not condemned, but you are always creating. The moment you assume a state and persist in it, the world is compelled to reflect it. There are no exceptions. There is no favoritism. The law operates with mathematical precision, and the law is this. What you feel yourself to be, you become. What you occupy in imagination, you externalize in experience. This is why I urge you to guard your thoughts, not in fear, but in awareness. Not every idle thought manifests instantly, but sustained inner activity does. If you dwell on something, you give it life. If you rehearse lack, conflict or fear, you will bring it into form. If you rehearse joy, wealth and peace, the same law will bring that into form. The law is impersonal. It does not favor good or bad. It reflects what is accepted as true. So I ask you now, what are you accepting as true? What do you entertain in your quiet moments? What do you feel when no one is watching? That is your state, and that state will harden into fact. You cannot fool this law. You cannot lie to consciousness. If you say one thing and feel another, it is the feeling that will manifest. Feeling is the secret. Words mean nothing unless they are clothed with feeling. Repetition alone is not enough unless it carries the vibration of belief. So when you speak your desires, speak them with feeling. When you imagine your scenes, imagine them with emotion. Not desperate wanting, but the quiet confidence that it is already done, that you are already it. You are not begging. You are not seeking approval. You are the source. You are the dreamer in whom the whole world exists. There is nothing outside of you to grant your desire. You are the grantor. You are the power that manifests all things. Let this sink deeply into your awareness. You are not separate from your desire. You are one with it. If you want it, it is because it already exists within you. You do not desire what you do not already have the capacity to express. The desire is the signal that the thing is ready to be born. Your job is to bring it forth by assuming the state and living from it. Just as a pregnant woman carries her child before it is born, so too do you carry your desire in the womb of imagination before it is seen by others. Do not rush the birth. Do not worry about the timing. Focus instead on the feeling of already having it. Feel it so completely that you forget the former things. That is when the shift occurs. That is when the old self dies and the new self is born. And the world reflects the birth with astonishing accuracy. You will look around one day and realize that the people, the places, the things, they have all changed. But they changed because you changed. You became a new version of yourself. And the world had no choice but to mirror that change. This is why I tell you,
Consciousness is the only reality. You must go within. You must see and feel and know from within. The outer world is the shadow. Imagination is the substance. Everything that has ever happened in your life began as a thought, a feeling, a state. So go now into the state of your desire. Live there. Think from it. Act from it. Respond from it. And watch how quickly the world reshapes itself to accommodate